Hello everyone, ladies and gentlemen, our esteemed guest and my earthly dear souls. Today I am here to discuss a very esteemed topic, that is sustainability with the self. And here, where there is something we are sitting together, coming out of the foggy mornings and the dizzy days, we are going to discuss with the climatic change which we are observing in our environment. Today, what I am going to discuss is a very dear topic which is very close to my heart, and we will also see that how the climatic change is adapting with our own personal growth and with our own emotional growth also. Just for a second, just close your eyes. Just close your eyes. You have looked to the screen. Just close your eyes. Just try to recall that scenic view where we see the green garden, where we have the hills, where we see the flowing river, and even the sun shining bright. We can hear out to the chirping voices, and just open your eyes and just look at the environment where we are heading towards to the morning, towards the Santosh College. Did we observe the same thing? I think everybody's answer is a big no. Why? So very big question to all of us is why that is so. We give the blame to the Punjab government, maybe to the farmers that they are burning the parali and everything. We give the blame to the vehicle, we give the blame to the transportation department. Each and every point what we are doing is we are blaming the other person, or maybe we are blaming the authority for doing so. This again a very devastating picture which we are seeing, that is of Kedarnath. We have observed a devastating flood over there and lost a lot of life, hundreds of and thousands of lives which were reported, and where we see that this is the turning point. What I'm going to share today is something which is my own experience. That is, I think mid of November, I was just sitting on a very luxurious couch at my house, and my 5-year-old child just came to me and say, "Mama, आपसे एक बात करनी है." I just said, "Okay, just okay." And he just said, "आप है ना मुझे बहुत गुस्सा करते हो." That is a line that literally devastated me. At the same point, we have seen that एक बच्चा ये बात कैसे बोल सकता है? Towards blaming, I have a very fine thoughts. I just got outburst with the thoughts कि husband को blame कर देते हैं, सुबह लड़के गए थे, in-laws को blame कर देते हैं, office को blame कर देते हैं. Can be n number of things that pop up into my mind. But yes, at that point, I have to take the accountability of my own emotional impact on the climatic change. I was irritated out of nowhere. I will not say कि बच्चे ने बोल दिया, let it go, let not give it a thought. छोटा बच्चा है, बोलकर चला गया, कोई बात नहीं. But that was something that my child gave his own thought to me, that you scolded me a lot to that day. And that was the impact. That was the thing which we can see into the environment also. The earth is giving us the ultimatum, the earth is giving us the impact that this is the turning point where you have to keep working on yourself. But what we do as a human being, we blame the environment, we blame the government, we blame the people, we say we do not walk out of our houses, but is that the permanent solution? I think again our answer is no, that is not a permanent solution. So what we can do is, we can take the power of transformation. Going back to my conversation where I said that my child came to me on a very fine day, that was a dizzy day. If be it me in a denial mode कि नहीं एक बच्चा है बोलकर चला गया, it might not be possible for me to stand over here and talk about this topic. But I transform myself, I keep on moving, I keep on working on my emotional growth, and come I forward as a professional where I'll be helping people to understand their emotions and their aspect of life. And marrying this concept, which is a very beautiful duo, but again a very unusual duo also. Because if you marry the concept of personal growth with the climatic change, people ask me, "Ma'am, आप बोलोगे क्या इस topic पे?" Because when you say that emotional aspect and the climatic aspect, these are the two very different aspects from be it the South Pole and the North Pole. It is something we are talking about the Andaman and Nicobar Island, and again at the same time we are talking about the valleys of Kashmir. Doing to this, that if we understand that if we are talking about the climatic change, whatever is going inside, that is sustained with your own self. आप अगर ये आज कहते हैं कि pollution is not about the people, pollution is not about the thoughts, pollution is only about whatever is going outside, then my dear souls, you are wrong at your thoughts. Somewhere you have to work on yourself, that this is something we had to work on, and we have to give a second thought to this. Why? Because somewhere ह्यूमनाइजिंग द क्लाइमेटिक क्राइसिस, हमें अपने थॉट्स को ह्यूमनाइज करना ही पड़ेगा बिकॉज वी डोंट हैव अनदर चॉइस. डू वी हैव अ चॉइस कि हम हर साल 10 छुट्टियां बच्चों की कर दें और बोलें कि पॉल्यूशन ब्रेक है लाइक द समर ब्रेक एंड द विंटर ब्रेक? माई किड्स आर वेल प्रिपेयर्ड. मम्मा दिवाली के बाद तो ना पॉल्यूशन ब्रेक भी हो गई है. सो आर वी गोइंग टुवर्ड्स द राइट ट्रैक? Are we teaching our kids that this is something you are taking it as a very prepared mind that you have a pollution break with every year following years? Or do we have to work on communal efforts where we have to set different goals and different actions we have to take as an individual as well as communal part? Because individual part आप ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा क्या कर सकते हैं? You can carpool, you can manage your carbon effects, but carbon emission is not only on an individual basis. This is something which is going on in a very wide aspect, where you have to talk about it, where we have to not only talk about it, but where you have to take an efforts towards the emission, towards the carbon goals. Then coming to your what we can do towards the climatic change. Then हम सिर्फ बातें कर सकते हैं या फिर हम उसकी तरफ कोई एक्शन भी ले सकते हैं. What we can do is we can reduce, reuse and recycle. How this is connected to the thoughts then? Because we are marrying the duo, na? We are marrying the concept of your emotional growth and the climatic expense. Then how can you reuse, recycle your own thoughts? Recycling your own thoughts means, with the climatic aspect means, if you are seeing something or if you are observing something which is not according to your climatic growth and which is not according to the situation what is are going inside or maybe the outside the environment and outside the home, you can recycle those things. You can recycle those thoughts. You can recycle those aspects. Then obviously conserving energy is something a very old aspect which we are discussing right from the maybe from the class first, second or third into our school books also and into our colleges, into our days, professional days also. Then support from the locals. We can ask people to segregate the garbages. We can ask people to segregate all the impacts which are putting a bad impact on the climatic aspect. Then plant trees, which is also supported by our Modi government, which is our current government also. That if you are even cutting, if we talk about a very basic thing, pencil, we need pencil at each and every house into our own environment. But for pencil, how many trees do you think that we are cutting trees? We are cutting n number of trees to generate pencils, which is a basic requirement. आप education तो बंद नहीं कर सकते, आप बच्चों को तो ये नहीं बोल सकते कि पेंसिल से लिखना बंद कर दो. But what we can do is we can substitute those of cutting of trees with planting more number of trees into the things. What we are doing here is we are adding an emotional aspect कि हम बच्चों को ये educate कर सकते हैं कि you cannot stop using the pencil. But what you can do is you can plant a tree. By this way, we are educating our future generation. We are making our future generation supportive in sense of that if you are making a little bit of destruction, you are somewhere generating another aspect of resources also by planting a tree. Then reducing water usage. That can be out of your washing areas, by your vehicles, by your other aspects, and by your making people understand that this is something, a very basic aspect that in our houses, our maids, we can educate our maids, we can educate our drivers, we can educate our helpers also who are making n number of water uses in our community. Then how can we say that the power of community is educated and the power of community we are dealing with, we can educate, हम बोल सकते हैं, we can educate our level of people. How can you educate a level where they are very easy, they are available with a very easy answer. दीदी आप ही के घर के बर्तन तो साफ कर रही हूँ. So that again a very basic example I am taking from the daily examples where we can educate them. ठीक है, it's okay that you are cleaning my household utensils, but you can use the water wisely. So I'm not saying कि आप पानी ज़्यादा use कर रहे हैं. So that means that you are expressing your words in another way of being. आप उसको ये ना बोल के कि तू पानी वेस्ट कर रही है, you can say her that use it wisely. Because आप जहां सामने वाले को टारगेट करेंगे कि तुम वेस्ट कर रहे हो, the finger will be pointed towards you also. The same example I have given of the maid. So again, you are assertively communicating the community where who are using more of water, and this is the example I am giving, a very basic example of how to reduce the water wastage. Then coming to your resilience and adaptability. Guys, the more you will be adaptable to the environment now, the more you will focus towards your inner self also. Because even the Carl Jung's theory पर अगर हम जाते हैं, which is the more you resist, the more you perceive. जितना ज़्यादा आप इस pollution को resist करेंगे, जितना ज्यादा आप ब्लेम करेंगे एनवायरमेंट को, जितना ज्यादा आप ब्लेम करेंगे इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट को, जितना ज्यादा आप ब्लेम करेंगे आउटर वर्ल्ड को, the more we will be receiving the blame game and more the we will receiving with the climatic adversities, because whenever we will not taking our own accountability, क्योंकि whenever we are blaming, that means we are not taking our accountability, and when we are not taking our accountability, that simply means that we are putting a blame game to the another person and we are not adapting ourselves. So again, coming to the conversation, is giving the pollution break means we are adapting to the environment? I think again a very big no. We are not adapting. We are just accepting what is going wrong into the our environment. अगर हम उस wrongness को attach करें, correct करे बिना उस चीज को अपना pattern बना लेंगे, that will be a day will not be far जहाँ पे I think a month break will be there for the pollution break, as we are taking the summer break and the winter breaks. So we have to adapt to our environment where we are focusing towards burning of crackers, where we are focusing towards emission of carbon from the vehicles, where we are focusing towards an n number of things, and we are also collaborating with the things where we are saying that this is not something which is happening to us. So in our closing statement, what I want to say and what I want to marry with the concept is, yes, I married the concept of sustain with your own self, where you are marrying the concept of being a professional growth and your climatic aspect, and coming into the resilience and adapting your own self towards your own environment, because this planet is something where we exist. ये planet हमारे से नहीं है, हम इस planet से हैं. तो when you want to exist into this planet, when you want to survive into this planet, where you have to begin your journey and you have to choose whatever is good for your environment and your planet. So I think I have expressed my views, what I want to move towards the sustain your life with your own self and marrying the concept of your personal growth with your environmental change. May your journey towards your advocacy be filled with passion, purpose, and profound impact. Thank you so much.